not gonna use it, but I'm gonna see if it
You're
works.
listening to WeenieBat, cocksucker.
Wait, say it again.
You say it again.
You're listening to WeenieBat.
All right,
Enjoy,
so-
you fucking bitch.
We might be moving around a bunch, but whatever makes it comfortable.
Testing. All right.
Okay, so I haven't heard from Marty in like 2 weeks, maybe more.
Where you at?
So we're just gonna keep doing WeenieBat.
Yeah, I'm cool with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I'm busy.
No.
I'm a lazy piece of shit that doesn't do much. I was doing some dishes, but you stopped me, so I'm like, okay.
I mean, it can wait till later.
Yeah, I can do it later. Yeah.
We're currently making pizza because we're gay like that, I guess.
Yeah, we're making 2 personal pan pizzas together.
Because I don't have like an actual cookie sheet, so it's like in a brownie pan and a cast iron.
Yeah. I bought pizza dough prematurely, but we're making it work.
And you've been staying here, you're like, what, second week now?
Almost 2 weeks, yeah.
It's not bad. It's better than staying in your car.
Oh my god. That's why I kept coming back here. I'm like, fuck, Ibram's house is awesome.
It's also like 40 minutes away.
Yeah, that part sucks, but...
How's going to work right now? Like driving 40 minutes to and from
I
work?
kind of like the drive. I don't mind it, because I listen to radio and stuff, but...
I used to commute about that, depending on the traffic in the morning.
Really?
Because I had to be at work by 7, which means if you leave at 6:30, I could get to work on time. But if I left at 6:20 or 6:40, I'd be late. But if I left at like 6:45, sometimes I'd be on time.
Just depends on traffic, I guess.
Yeah, because so I lived in Gum Branch, and that's on the far end of Hinesville. So I'd have to go through Hinesville.
Where is this?
Georgia.
Georgia.
And so that's like straight through town, like a straight line. And then you get out of town, you drive maybe 5 minutes, and then you make a hard left up the highway, and then you have to go through Fleming and Richmond Hill. Richmond Hill is like kind of big, not really. It's where a bunch of richer people lived,
Okay.
but not like Savannah rich. And then you got on the highway, and then the office is in Pooler, so that's like 15 minutes down the road.
Nice.
So
Yeah. I
But-
don't know where any of those places
you
are.
don't really have to. It's just main road all the way out to a slightly bigger road to the freeway.
Gotcha.
It was just a long drive
Yeah,
because
man.
a lot of the times we'd get done with an install and we'd be like in Savannah because Savannah's like 5 to 10 minutes away from Pooler. So you're just going inland or further towards the coast all
okay.
day. So like if you wanted to go to Tybee Island, it was maybe hour and a half from my house straight.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, until we did jobs on Tybee Island, and you had to drive all the way back to Pooler, through Savannah, to Pooler, drop my buddy off for my helper, and then drive all the way through that bullshit again.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a journey. WeenieBat!
It was fun, though.
Nice. Yeah.
Did a lot of drinking on the road.
That's cool.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
But, no, it sucked, actually. Most days it sucked. But I wasn't paying for gas, so
Oh, I see.
it's a work truck, and I could take the work truck home.
That's cool. This lady, she was talking about this like startup company her brother's in, and they had so much disposable money as a tax write-off. They made the company cars Teslas. And this was in like 2008 or something. So like, and that was when it was like, whoa, you're driving a Tesla, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the end of that story.
You remember, you remember when
That
they used to
sucked.
drive, when Red Bull used to drive the Mini Coopers with the big Red Bull can on the back?
Yeah.
It was like that, but with hot chicks. Because they would go... So those were just promotional things they would drive around. But it was just a tax write-off thing. So, like...
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you look for a lot of small companies, like especially construction and whatever, or logging or whatever,
Yeah.
most people have F-150s as a minimum. Because that is the minimum size for a certain tax write-off.
No shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so if you ever want to start a company, get an F-150 and you can write it off with your taxes, I guess.
It's fucking cool.
Yeah, I don't know what those
America!
I don't know what, like, the Mini Cooper and everything else would be for that, because
Yeah.
that seems excessive and weird. Like
Totally.
Our salesman drove hybrids, which are fun. Not
Yeah.
a Prius, but... No, actually, no. One was a Prius.
Yeah?
Yeah, I drove that around Jacksonville. Almost wrecked a bunch of times.
I know it's considered like mega gay and stuff, but I think they're really fun to drive, actually.
I think they were at first. Now everybody's like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's not just a Tesla.
That's true, yeah.
It's like, oh, you're a fucking nerd. You're like half electric, you fucking pussy.
Yeah.
Unless you have an electric Prius, then you're just a snobby bitch.
Yeah. We're the AC boys. Once again, we got the AC blasting.
We should probably turn it down so we can feel it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's a little too high. We're going to directionally move the AC. Can you feel it there?
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, we
Go ahead.
we have, so we should call this show the AC show.
Okay. Because it's like the third host.
Yeah.
The oven takes forever to heat up.
Yeah, it's like you always hear it and stuff, which sucks for you, but for us it's great because it's too hot in here to turn it off. We would probably die. I have a low constitution. I'd die before you, probably.
I'm actually what's considered a heat casualty. So, it's an army term.
Yeah.
But usually, if you've ever been in extreme heat and you've passed out or have had a heat stroke, your body becomes more susceptible to that.
Seriously?
Yeah. And it never happened to me in the army. It happened to me because I was doing HVAC.
Fuck, I bet. Yeah, you're like in an attic in July and shit, probably.
And it's like 100 plus humidity.
Oh my god.
So the hottest attic I was in was like 137 for like 8 hours. Yeah, like you start off the day and it's not bad, and then it just gets gradually hotter. Like you turn your fan on, which is really just turns it into a convection oven, and then like you start touching the unit, and the unit's too hot to touch. You put your mastic paint on there, and it just never dries.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They should work like graveyard shift at night. That would.
Except you're in people's homes.
Yeah. Well, you want a new AC unit? Stay up. Have some Red Bull, you fucker.
I don't understand why they would put them in attics in fucking Georgia. Like a good.
Georgia's hot, huh?
It's hot as fuck.
Fuck.
Like where I was at it's on the same latitude as the long way, right? Longitude is up and down.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's on the same latitude as like Roswell, almost.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And Roswell is like 110 degrees all fucking summer.
Really? Roswell sucks.
Yeah.
Fuck Roswell.
I fucking hated living there.
How long did you live in Roswell?
97 to that was like third grade, so to 2001 maybe, 2002.
Oh my God. Roswell sucks a dick. So boring. All they care about is aliens, which is dumb because
even better is nobody in town gives a shit. The running joke is the only aliens in Roswell are the illegals.
Yeah, I mean that's more of a fact, really.
Yeah.
It's true.
They do have the Goddard Rocket Museum, which is pretty cool.
Oh, what's that?
Goddard was I guess a Nazi that helped make rockets.
I see.
I don't know the fucking details.
You know, everyone gets all hung up about that. They're like especially conspiracy theorists, they freak out and they're like, that the Nazis are basically formed NASA. And I was like, most scientists during Nazi time didn't agree with what Hitler was doing, but they were Nazis because they had no choice.
Maybe. I bet there's a lot of in there that's like, oh no, we're totally like cool with you guys. We love the Jews. We didn't know what he's doing. We designed Cyclone B though.
Yeah, I mean, but you're right. There's probably some, but I don't think it's as many as people say. Like NASA was formed by scientists. Yes, some of them came from Nazi times, but they had no choice.
It is kind of weird that the NASA is in Huntsville, Alabama, which is also home to the Klan, though.
I'm sympathetic, but how is that weird?
It's like, oh, these Nazis, you'll feel right at home. No, but I actually just watched something about the U-boats we recovered after World War II.
Yeah. Like,
Russia got half, we got the other half, and it, like, blew our sub-program apart. Like, oh, fuck, we were way behind.
Totally. Their U-boats are insanely interesting.
So we used all that to get caught up, and then with nuclear power and everything, it was just some, like, dude in the Navy is like, hey, like, he rose through the ranks, he just kept skipping over people. It's like, hey, we should make it nuclear. It's like, fucking free oxygen, free power, fucking, we don't have to come up for air and shit.
So wait, it's a nuclear sub? Because I've heard of nuclear sub.
Yeah, we got like 16 plus 14, 30. We got like 30 nuclear
Wow.
subs.
But that's run on nuclear power?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, how do they put a reactor in that?
I think they said the plutonium's like the size of a golf ball.
That's all you need to heat the water? Or is it... Because
Yeah, you're
it heats the water, right?
Right.
And then it turns the engine.
yeah, what is it? Sam Lynch?
Yeah.
He's the one that explained to me that nuclear power is basically you're making a fan turn.
Yeah.
Like nuclear power is just steam with nukes. It's
Totally.
like, here you go, plop, there it is.
You know, on YouTube, I started watching like how a nuclear reactor works, and I'm like, fuck it, let's watch this. And it was fascinating.
Mhm.
Plus, there was that show that came out recently about Russia. What was that place called? Chernobyl.
Oh,
Chernobyl was great.
it's
yeah.
Ukraine.
Oh, Ukraine.
I mean, it's part of Russia right now.
Yeah, exactly.
4 or 5. Okay, so we got a little bit.
But yeah.
No, well, that's like that secret invasion.
Oh yeah.
They're like that's where they're at. The Skrulls are at it in Chernobyl
Right, because
because they don't care about radiation.
For the people that don't know, Secret Invasion is this show where these aliens and they're immune to radiation, so they're living in Chernobyl.
Totally just said that. It's a Marvel show, but
Well,
it's
you-
also
You didn't explain like what the show
what
is.
it? Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's basically Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but it's Marvel.
Right, totally.
So I enjoy it.
Yeah, I actually kind of like it. I'm not super into Marvel, but it's a good show. Like it's well acted.
The TV shows have been better than the movies lately.
Really,
Like everything after Infinity War is like, like WandaVision wasn't great.
what's WandaVision?
Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, takes over a whole town because her husband's dead, and then she like bends reality around the town and holds people hostage, and it's kind of fucked up. And then she finds her husband's dead body and like reanimates it, although she has like a weird reality version of it, and she has kids. It's fucking weird.
Weird.
Like the whole
It's a Marvel show.
yeah, it's
Wow,
a lot of
okay.
it's based on the comics. Like so there's certain scenes that are taken right out of the comics. It's fucking awesome.
Really?
But
wow. Okay.
it is really dry.
Yeah.
And then the last episode is like, oh, this is kind of lame.
Did it
It
just
was
did it
a-
pull a Lost or what? Or is it just boring at the end?
No, it was,
Stupid.
I think because the CGI was spent for the whole season already, and it was also during COVID too.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just like you could tell everybody's flying around on like strings and stuff, shooting different color blasts at each other. It's like, this is fucking lame. I mean, we all knew what was gonna happen,
Their
but
budget ran out for special effects.
kind of.
That's stupid. Oh
Oh,
look,
it does beep.
our oven is ready to make pizza. Yes, we're gonna throw our pizzas in live on the air so you can watch. It's gonna be real fun. Yeah, so I
Like 8 minutes.
oh yeah, I think it only takes 8 minutes. Yeah, we're making them with pizza dough that I bought from the store. Some people might think we're doing, those. He's laughing at me.
Emphasis. Pizza dough. Let me emphasize the middle of the fucking word. Butthole.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah.
No,
I'm a putz.
you're a butts.
Putz.
Oh, I heard the oven go off. You said it was just weird.
Oh yeah.
So we drove all the way to Albuquerque last Tuesday, which was the 4th of July, for an open mic that didn't happen because it was the 4th of July.
Yeah, we were all excited. Let's do comedy tonight. And we hit the road. I'm kind of reiterating what you said. And then we drive all the way to Albuquerque, and then it hits Ibram's it just hit us.
As we're turning the corner into the parking lot, like just before we
Like, oh shit, it's a holiday. They might not be open. And I was like, they're probably doing it. And we pull the door, nothing. So we wasted an entire hour and a half drive to Albuquerque.
and then we went to the mall.
Yeah.
Which everything was closed too. Except for Dippin' Dots.
I got some fucking Dippin' Dots. They're my favorite. I haven't had them since like I was 13 or something.
You think it's kind of weird that there's no Dippin' Dots place in Santa Fe?
Yeah.
Like even
What the
like
fuck is
a
that
small
about?
thing, because there's like vending machines in some place.
I thought they were going out of
no, you know
business, but
I think there is one at the mall.
is there a Dippin' Dots
Not a store, but like the vending machine.
at the mall?
Yeah, at it's not Via Linda, Santa Fe Place.
Oh right, Santa Fe Place
When
Mall.
did they change the name?
Did it used to be called Via Linda?
When growing up, it was Via Linda Mall.
Oh wow.
Like you walked into
My
where the,
I'm sorry to interrupt. My phone's getting blown up. I just want to make sure everything's cool.
yeah, you know where the giant jungle gym is when you walk in the front door? It's like right by the theater. That didn't used to be a theater. I don't remember what it was, but on the opposite side, it was Jets, the arcade, and it was
Yeah.
Jets, because the one in the Albuquerque Mall was Tilt. So Tilt,
Oh, tilt.
like pinball.
Like pinball. Nice.
Yeah.
Did they have pinball and stuff?
Yes, they had the big version of the Marvel vs. Capcom, like the big four people
Cool.
with like a 4x8 fucking screen.
Pinball?
No, the
Oh.
Marvel vs.
Oh,
Capcom.
Marvel vs. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
They had Gauntlet. They had
Gauntlet's the shit.
probably Street Fighter.
Nice.
Time Cop 4, I think, the good one.
Okay. Yeah, see, I don't like those games where you take the plastic gun and you point it at the screen. I never found them to be very fun.
I fucking love them.
Yeah?
I dropped $20 on Carnival, beat it.
Okay. Nice.
Time Cop costs $50 between me and another person. But
Nice.
the cool thing with Time Cop is it's got the pedal, so your person will duck and stuff.
Oh, cool. Okay, so there's more strategy to it than just...
Well, you gotta aim.
Which,
Like, you ever see a 3-year-old do it? Fucking terrible.
suck, yeah.
Which is weird because, like, toddlers have a high kill count in this country.
What do you mean? You're gonna have to
A
explain
lot
that
of gun violence in this country is committed
Oh.
by toddlers.
Jesus Christ. WeenieBat, everybody. No, I'm joking. So wait, they have a high kill count.
Yeah,
Nice.
toddlers. I don't know how, but fucking toddlers kill.
They're like beating the Crips and kills.
It's not. It's a surprisingly large number, which is really anything more than 5
Yeah.
per year, but it's more than 5 per year.
Wow. That's fucked up.
The fact that it's not like injuries, it's kills.
Jesus Christ. Like themselves or
No,
others?
other people.
Oh, okay, that makes me feel a little better
Because
about it.
there's actually one recently where I think a toddler killed their teacher, brought a gun, and was like, BAM! Right in the
I
stomach.
heard about that.
Yeah.
It was fucked up.
Yeah, it's usually not that. It's usually like at home and
Shoot
shit.
a parent or a
Yeah.
parent or something.
Yeah. Or that one.
Damn, that kid was a psychopath. He just shot his teacher. She gave him an F on the test.
Really?
The day, but no, I'm joking.
I was gonna say I didn't hear much about that, so that kind of makes sense.
She was like, I know how to. He was like,
You didn't let me play Roblox, bitch. I lost my Roblox because you gave me an
you
F.
fucker.
My mom beat the shit out of. No, probably not.
Gave me an F on my reading test. Here's a bullet, bitch.
Read this. No.
Yeah, that was fucked up, man.
I don't know. No, I do know it was fucked up, but
Yeah.
I wish I knew more about it because from what I heard is like he brought the gun to school and like he did it in front of the class or something, or she had confronted him. I actually have no idea what the details are. This could all be
Wow.
wrong, and I'm just tired. I don't know.
I feel you.
Also, this is really late at night. It's 10 o'clock, and it was supposed to be out on Tuesday, so it'll probably be out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of my fault. I scheduled something with a friend today and forgot about it. Got a text, and then I went and we were at the pool for like 3 hours. That's why I'm sunburned and tired.
oh, you went swimming and shit?
Yeah. Which is embarrassing for someone that's as obese as I am.
You
I
jumped in
care
the
less.
river last week.
That was awesome.
Twice.
But I had my shirt on because
Which
I'm
is less-
insecure.
Yeah, but you also almost got sucked away by the river the second time.
Yeah, it's
Like,
true.
he hit the ground, he gets up, and it's like an immediate panic because he realizes He's getting carried away.
Yeah, I jumped in and I hit my spine on a rock. That sounds really bad, but it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't like a big
it.
rock.
And I laid there for a second and was like, ow! And then I came up and I realized I was 10 feet from where I jumped in. I was, 5 feet. And then I freaked out and was like, okay.
I was entertained, but
and
we didn't
I started
record that
freaking out. Remember, I was grabbing at the brush and stuff. And
instead of just standing up.
We had the... I couldn't stand up.
Go away!
I don't think I could have stood up.
Probably not.
I would have been swept away.
And you did it in front of a bunch of pretty girls.
Yeah, yeah.
Objectively pretty.
It was embarrassing.
If anything, you made their day.
Yeah, they're like, look at Fatty over there struggling with the river.
Well, the whole incident took less than 10 minutes, too, because we pulled in. Everybody looked at us because we parked in a weird spot.
Yeah.
We walk over, you jump in. No, you take your shoes off first the second time.
This time, yeah.
Jumped in, freaked out, come back, and it takes you longer to get out than it did to get in.
Yeah, because I had to climb up the side of the river in the brush barefoot, and I was like stepping on shit. And then there was this fishing line, and when I see that, I worry about like rusty fish hooks that have been there for like
forever,
3 weeks or whatever.
And then you get tinnitus, or not tinnitus,
tinnitus.
Tetanus.
This
I have
fucking
tinnitus.
AC unit sounds like tinnitus.
A little bit.
No, I'm just joking.
I have tinnitus.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
How bad is it?
Bad enough for the government to give me money.
Oh, that's good, man. Tinnitus
But
is
no.
the worst thing ever, man.
But it's also like why I wake up like singing and making a bunch of noise because it tunes it out.
Really?
Yeah, because
Damn, that sucks, man.
it's a real low beep, but it's like if I'm making noise talking, I won't notice it.
Yeah,
So.
it's really fucking annoying. A friend of mine has it, and he just describes it as like the worst thing ever.
Well, apparently it's also like maybe a few more minutes. It's based off your blood pressure too.
Your blood pressure, eh?
Yeah.
Ibram is checking on the pizzas right now. Times is tough. We got pizzas to eat. We got video games to play, bitch.
Yeah, so it's not based off blood pressure, but your blood pressure affects it. So
Really?
like when my blood pressure is real high is when it's like, say on a normal day it's 1 to 2 blood pressure that's heightened, like anger or not Red Bull blood pressure, but like there's a lot going on blood pressure.
Oh, yeah.
It's about a 5.
Oh, does it? Wow, that affects you, huh?
Yeah,
For the
it
tinnitus?
gets louder.
That sucks. Is it distracting ever? Or
Yeah.
do you tune it out easily?
On a normal day I tune it out, but
That's good.
But I can't hear certain frequencies either, so that's why the TV's always up so loud, but also because of the air conditioner and whatever else.
Yeah.
So you learn to tune it out by turning everything up.
Yeah.
So,
I feel you on that, yeah.
but that's also why I go to sleep watching TV or something. So, 'cause that
Me too,
that
yeah.
nice, not the white noise. White noise is annoying. They
Yeah,
can't listen
no.
to classic music because then I have nightmares about vampires.
Does it remind you of vampires, classical music?
I think so. I don't know. It's been that way since I was a little kid.
That's weird.
So are my dreams though.
You got weird dreams?
Super weird dreams.
Yeah, dream logic is always really interesting to me. Like,
I never got good at flying in my dreams up until like this year.
yeah, have you been doing what are they called? Where you can control
Lucid
stuff?
dreaming?
Lucid dreaming.
Can't do it. I'll wake up.
Yep, every fucking time, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to not wake up.
It's a weird, like, you have to relax into something. Like, you have to do it naturally. It's really weird, because otherwise it's like, oh, no, I'm awake now.
Isn't that weird?
It's super
It's
distressing.
so interesting. Distressing?
Yeah, because, like, say you're trying to have a wet dream, and then it's fucking ruined.
Oh, yeah, I know. You're like, you're trying to bang this, like, dream chick, and it gets fucking ruined every time. It bugs the shit out of me.
it's hot.
Okay, pizzas are ready. I'm
Awesome.
gonna pause. Suck my dick.
And it comes to life.
Totally.
Now, I think they explained that it's a witch's skin. And stuff.
Really?
I think.
Cool.
Now, if you were going to make your own Necronomicon, you're basing off of what is presumed to be evil. So, like, a witch nowadays, you're like, okay, you just have stupid hair, and you talk about the patriarchy.
Pointy
right?
hat, yeah.
Or that. So your most non-objectively evil thing would be a pedophile, right?
That's the worst thing ever, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would skin somebody alive to make that, and then you would make your Necronomicon out of pedophile skin.
Yeah.
Now,
it's the morally just thing to do if you're going to make a book out of human skin.
Right. Now, does that book become like scary and evil like the one in Army of Darkness, or just like creepy like Jared?
Well, let's see. Just a creepy. It's like a creepy book that's it's about like stalking children.
Hey, let's go to the playground.
Step 1, get some binoculars. Step 2, go to an elementary school.
This isn't ancient Sumerian at all. It's just creepy.
It's a good question.
Or
I
like
have no idea.
murderers and killers and blah 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 blah.
Well, Necronomicon is just a bunch of evil shit that summons monsters, right? Pretty much in there.
In the movies, yes, it brings the Deadites.
Because they read it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Bad idea.
Right. And so in the first, from my understanding is Evil Dead 2, the original Evil Dead 2, is a soft reboot of the first one because they didn't have the rights to it entirely. And so if you watch Evil Dead 2 up to a certain point, or Evil Dead 1 up to a certain point, the rest of the movie is exactly the same. Yeah, Evil Dead 2, from like beginning to a certain point, is exactly the same afterwards as Evil Dead 1.
Yeah, they didn't quite accomplish what they wanted to in the first one. Even though it's great, I love it.
Sam Raimi said he is sorry about the tree rape scene, though.
He apologized for that?
Yeah, he's like, I probably shouldn't have put that in there.
It was a little weird.
It was super freaky. Like, the whole movie was freaky as shit, and then you throw that in there and it's like, you're going to scare women with this, too.
Yeah, it was weird. It made me uncomfortable, of course.
Which, I kind of get, that's what you want from a rape scene.
Yeah.
But, you don't need to see it. Well, yeah, I mean, you don't see it, but...
I hate rape scenes in movies. They make me feel awful.
How many movies have you seen, like, there are key things that, like, make you feel? Like, that's the goal of the director and everything, but, like that.
Like, with a rape scene?
Maybe not a rape scene, but, like, makes you feel a certain way during a movie.
Every good movie I've seen, yeah. Like, I just watched The Infinity Pool at my friend's house before I got here. It was so fucking good.
Is it a horror movie?
Yeah.
Okay, but is it about a pool?
Well, yeah, it's weird. It's, should I give spoilers?
Yeah, nobody's gonna watch it.
So, so they're at this resort. It's a bunch of rich people, and they accidentally hit this guy so the resort is in this really fucked up country where it's like poverty and crime,
like Eastern Bloc type of thing.
I think it's a made up country just for the sake of the movie, but Eastern Bloc.
So Eastern Bloc countries are like the furthest eastern countries that were part of the USSR, like Lithuania, Ukraine, all that. Because like you've seen Hostel, right?
No. Super into
Triple X.
With Vin Diesel?
Yeah, I think that's the one. Not the Ice Cube one, the Vin Diesel one.
Right.
But like they're not Russian countries, but they're still kind of Russian countries. They're like obviously super poor. The Eastern Bloc countries.
Oh, okay. So it's more like a South American tiny country where the people do whatever they want, basically. Like the government isn't like it is here.
Right.
And they leave the compound, which has barbed wire on the top. So you're like, oh fuck, they're leaving. And then they accidentally hit this guy, and the police are called. And the main guy who is driving, they're basically like, the laws here is if you kill someone, their son gets to kill you. That's the law here.
Okay.
And so he's like, fuck. But then he immediately is like, the guy is like, if you pay a certain amount of money, we will create a double of you that will be killed instead.
Okay, I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre. And so he creates a double, but the problem is you have to watch your double get killed. So he's there with his wife, and they're like crying and stuff, and then this kid comes in and stabs his double. It's so brutal. It's so violent. and shit just gets crazy from there. We should watch it. I'm not gonna spoil the ending or anything, but it gets fucking nuts.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a movie that's...
Good movie.
There's a recent movie that sounds similar to that, but it's probably not super similar. All I remember is, like, it was rich people paying to, like, murder tourists and stuff.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
But it's, like, they take people... Actually, that might have just been Hostel.
Yeah, I'm not shitting on it, but that movie's been done so many times. But I like it. I'm not shitting on it.
I think it's the idea of, like, if you go to a scary country and, like, you take a wrong alley, you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
And it's usually you just get sold to sex slavery, like, taken.
Yeah, which is even worse
Because it's real.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no Liam Neeson to save you.
Yeah,
but...
exactly. Yeah. PG-13. I hated
Was it?
Yeah, I hated how, like, not violent it was. I wanted more violence.
Which one is it where he, like, jumps a fence and they do, like, 17 cuts of it?
It's the first one, I think.
Why would you put that in a movie?
That was so stupid. I've seen that. It's so fucking stupid.
Now, what do you like better, that or Frankenhooker?
I love Frankenhooker.
We're only, like, halfway through.
We gotta finish Frankenhooker.
We'll finish it tonight.
It's so fucking good.
So, if you... I'm just going to assume you've never seen a trauma film. So, it turns out it's not Kabuki Cop. It's Detective Kabuki, NYPD, is the name. It's a comedy, I guess.
Comedy.
Trauma all are. Nukem High.
Yeah.
Nukem High 2. The Toxic Avenger. Toxie. They're the movies that made James Gunn become James Gunn. Right?
He was involved?
Yeah, he was in, like... Romeo and Juliet and two others. I don't remember what they are.
Oh, that's cool.
Without looking them up, I don't remember what they are. But that's why the Stanley Kaufman, right?
Lloyd Kaufman.
Lloyd Kaufman is in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, right.
He was also in something else we saw recently. He was like the Doctor. Orgasmo.
Oh, yeah, he was. He was. Wait.
He was the Doctor at the very end, cutting the guy's balls off.
Okay.
And
that
that's why he had
Frankenhooker?
No.
Okay.
Okay, but
Anyway.
So trauma films are basically as gross as possibly can be.
Yeah.
Along with porno-y-ish.
Lots of nudity, yeah.
As it can be. Like, every 70s horror film, they had to put tits in it to get people appealed. This is like, we just put a bunch of tits in it to make it entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, it's like watching a 90s porn without the sex.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's tons of boobs, and it's just crude in the best way. Like,
yeah.
Frankenhooker, his girlfriend dies from a remote-controlled lawnmower that she's, like, teaching him how to use, but is using it while she does it.
Yep.
So, and it
Plows.
just cuts her into pieces. And
Like, the only part that's saved is her head.
Yeah.
And so he's basically building a Frankenstein out of her. And so he goes downtown to pick up a hooker to find the perfect body.
Yeah.
And then he talks to one who's like, oh, we can bring you lots of girls. And so he brings super crack
he makes super crack, which is silly, and
to pay off the hookers.
Yeah. And he studies all their bodies, and then they find his super crack, and they freak the fuck out. I've never seen so much freaking out. And they do the crack, and then they all explode, and there's titties everywhere.
And that's about as far as we got.
That's as far as we got. Yeah, it's fucking amazing. I've never seen anything like it. That's what's great about Trauma. Like,
I like how we watched that, and then, like, the day before we watched Orgasmo. The day before that we watched American Me, and before that we watched Lone Wolf and Cub. It's like,
yeah,
we just went highbrow to slightly less highbrow to way off the hill to as worse as you could possibly get.
Yeah, plus Blood In, Blood Out, which is
Blood In, Blood Out. We didn't watch American Me. That's what I was thinking. My bad.
Oh yeah, but Blood In, Blood Out is like Martin Scorsese levels of good. Like, it's very fucking good.
And it has Danny Trejo.
Yeah, who's great.
And in everything.
Yeah.
Think our pizza's cooled yet?
Yeah, I think it is. We're gonna eat pizza. We'll be back.
Bored.
How'd the pizza turn out, Ibram?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
We didn't eat the whole thing, but...
Yeah. Ibram's was a little thick, There's a lot of bread, right? Mine came out a little thin, so it's just floppy.
Do you like thinner or thicker crust?
I like regular sized crust because I hate thin crust. Everyone likes
Because
it.
it flops, or
It just doesn't taste good. It's like a cracker. Like I hate thin crust pizza. I'm sure there's good ones, but I like New York style with the big floppy. That's the
big
best.
floppy, greasy
So fucking
pepperoni.
good.
I like that. Thick crust is good from like Pizza Hut, the hand tossed,
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's a bit much.
a lot of bread, huh?
Yeah, it's one of the ones where you don't want to eat the crust, but it's still better than Little Caesar's crust.
Yeah, Little Caesar. I mean, I love Little Caesars, but it's just because it's cheap and
Yeah,
it's not that good.
it's not, but it's like good enough for at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's hot.
when you're hungry and shit.
Yeah, but any other time, it's like this is sad, depressing pizza.
Their crust is pretty shitty. Yeah.
Like I like fancy, classy pizza sometimes.
Like stuff you
like-
get from like a restaurant or.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the bullshit fancy. Like here's this basil feta cheese.
Oh, you like those?
bullshit? They look terrible. They sound terrible. They sound stupid. But usually they're pretty good. And it's surprising that they are.
Yeah. Speaking of that, one weird topping that I really like, artichoke hearts.
Yeah.
That tastes good. I don't know why. It just tastes good on a certain type of pizza. But
My boss came into work with nothing but artichoke hearts, like in a Ziploc bag.
okay, that's going too far.
Yeah, it was weird.
He was
Like,
eating artichoke hearts?
sheets.
Oh, she?
Yeah.
That's fucking nasty.
They're good, but like not like that.
Yeah, mix it with something. Like,
Yeah, like try. Like boiled cabbage. Boiled cabbage.
Sounds disgusting. I've never had it.
It's
but-
good when it's hot,
Really?
but you have to get it immediately out of the pressure cooker, other than it's fucking terrible.
How long do you boil it for?
I don't know, my mom's made it in the pressure cooker.
Oh, okay.
So,
Interesting. Boiled cabbage, but that's like a side dish.
kind of, because it's
Goes
kind of like
with something.
sauerkraut and stuff.
Oh, okay. I like
But-
sauerkraut.
I know you usually make it with like corned beef and hash, because it's an Irish thing. But if you ever actually boil your cabbage, it smells fucking awful.
Really?
Yeah, like did you ever make litmus papers in science?
Litmus? No. What's that?
It's so you can test acids and bases.
Oh, okay. Like where you do with the swimming pool. Where you test the...
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Okay, yeah.
I was super confused, but
like swimming pool? What
Yeah,
the
you
fuck
can-
are you talking about?
you can boil red cabbage to do that, and then you use the paper somehow.
To test it?
I don't remember how it works,
Interesting. Okay.
but something like that.
Yeah.
But I remember doing that, and it smelled fucking god awful.
Stunk up your house.
Well, it was at school, so
It's like when you clean stuff with vinegar. I had a friend. It works great, but I had
Yeah.
a friend of mine when I lived with him. He cleaned everything with vinegar, so the whole house smelled like it.
but nothing else.
Yeah, that's how I cleaned it.
That's weird.
Yeah, he was one of those hippy dippy guys that doesn't want to
Tristan?
use. No, not that guy.
I was gonna say, it's
Different
like
guy. This is
he
a
looks
long
like
time ago.
Sting. How's he hippie? He's like baby Sting, just running around, short as fuck.
Did I tell you my fallout I had with Tristan?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so if people don't know, Tristan is this roommate I used to have. He's 5 years younger than me.
Really?
Which is a weird... Yeah, he's like 20, 24, 25.
Huh.
Which is a weird dynamic. I'm usually the young one, so it was interesting. I'm still young, but you know what I mean. So things are going great for like 3 months, and then he goes on a trip, and I made a big mistake.
Oh right.
I'm a little messy, but I do clean up when people are around, you know. So I made the kitchen a little messy, and I just didn't have time to clean it, and I had to leave for work. He gets home from a trip and flips the fuck out, and I used his blender, which he said not to do. So
Okay, so that's a big faux pas.
that was not cool.
Right.
I learned a lot from it. I don't want you to get worried now that I might live here, but it was really bad, and I felt bad. But he started calling me like this manipulative piece of shit, and like he totally like thought I was manipulating him, which I think it was textbook projection. Because
Maybe?
found out that he was manipulating like these girls at work and banging everybody.
Oh, so he was a skeezy fuck.
Yeah, he was like, lying to this one girl who's really nice. He was like saying, "I'm obsessed with you. I love you," but he's banging. He would bring chicks home. I didn't hear him banging them, but I was just like, "Hey, I thought you had a girlfriend," which is none of my business, but.
No, you didn't say
so
that
I didn't
in front
say
of you.
anything. I was just like,
as
all
a
right.
girl, I was like, "Hey, don't you have a girlfriend?" Like as soon as he walks in,
it's none of my business. So I was like, okay, he's cheating, which is fine. I mean, it's not okay, but it's what I mean is it's fine for me.
He's
I'm
not
just like,
married.
Whatever. Yeah, it's not cool. But
my buddy actually, his mom taught him that.
what? How to cheat on women? Oh,
it's like it's not cheating if you're not married.
Oh my god, that's a horrible lesson.
To learn from your mom of all people. I was there for
I
was there for Thanksgiving, and then like everybody reconfirmed it. It's like, this is weird.
It's not cheating if you're not married. What a horrible way to live your life.
I mean, it's technically true, but still,
yeah, it's a rule that a lot of people bend. But yeah, he came into Trader Joe's. Oh shit, he came into where I work. And I guess it doesn't matter.
Not really.
And he had a new girl with him. He said hi, like he was happy to see me, and I'm just like, so I said, "Hey, what's up, sociopath?" And they started laughing. They thought I was joking, and I'm like, "Hey, you have a good night now, crazy guy."
That's also a very weird way to interact with somebody.
What I did?
Yeah. That sounds like a sociopath almost.
Totally, I know. I was just mad at him at the time. I care very little about it.
You only lived with him for 3 months, though?
No, we lived together like 5 or 6 months, I think. Yeah.
That's still a while.
Yeah. So.
And that was that place you were living up on wherever?
Yeah. But yeah, we're not cool anymore. I don't really like him. And I started finding out all this stuff at work because we worked together, and he just was lying to women. It was kind of fucked up. But
did like all the women come up to you and say, "Hey, did you know he's like a psychopath?"
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like 2 or 3 women. It was 2.
Did you know he was sleeping with so and so? No. I
Yeah.
didn't. I never saw her at the house.
And I didn't even have the heart to be like, he brought girls home. You know what I mean? I didn't want to make the situation worse, so I didn't say that.
He brought girls home, dogs home. It was fucking weird. I think he brought a clown home once.
Yeah, he banged a clown in the living room.
That actually sounds like it'd be really fun.
Like
a clown.
You'd bang a clown?
Yeah, I would.
I thought you were afraid of clowns.
No.
You'd bang a clown.
Who's afraid of clowns?
Well, we were talking about killer clowns from outer space.
Yeah, the movie's creepy as fuck.
It is creepy.
Oh,
yeah.
You're afraid of clowns. That's who it is.
No, I'm not. I'm just projecting. No, I'm not too afraid of clowns, really.
Did you ever see the show Big Comfy Couch?
Uh-uh.
Neither did I. But it's just shit I've seen that pops up in my feed on TikTok every now and then. But they were talking about the main person. It was like a kid's show, right? And she was a clown. But there's like one scene where she's like teaching kids about a clock, and she's like laying down on this giant clock, and she's like using her leg to do each of the numbers down each side.
Oh, no.
From like 12 down to 6, and then 6 up to 12. And so everybody thought she was a stripper, which wasn't true, and I guess it was also like a sexual awakening for a lot of people.
Whoa.
Like even
so what time was it? 3:45, and she had both her legs like this.
Yeah, she went all the way down one side. She goes down all the way on the other side, and then she goes up and down, side and side. She's basically just doing leg raises, and
whoops, she didn't mean to do that.
But like she's still wearing clown pants, so it's not like it's sexy.
She's not wearing yoga pants for the kids.
No, it's like big puffy clown pants.
Oh, okay.
And like, oh, that was my sexual awakening. It's like, that's weird. Mine was Robin Hood, the cartoon.
Really?
The Hot Fox. Or Lion King. That's a lot of like the normal thing for kids our age or people our age.
Jessica Rabbit.
Yep.
And in Space Jam,
Lola Bunny. Right. Like those make sense. Because they're like weirdly over sexual.
Yeah, it was very weird.
But a clown in clown pants doing some stretches, like she's just doing good PT, man. Fucking whatever.
People nowadays, man.
It's like
Lola Bunny's the shit.
Not from Space Jam 2. People got super upset that
Everyone hates that movie. Yeah,
It's a terrible movie,
I
but
bet. Yeah.
a lot of people hated it because they desexualized Lola Bunny.
Oh my god! Really?
Yeah, it's creepy.
It's even creepier than if they just made her the same.
I don't know if they made her the same. You wouldn't notice how creepy. Well, I don't know, because people are very vocal about shit. So
Everyone's so
like,
weird nowadays. Yeah.
What's the fucking Valve game? Really popular.
Team Fortress.
No, the other one, the newer one.
Oh.
What's it? Overwatch.
Overwatch. Yeah.
Like everybody got upset that the women's butts were too big in it.
Really?
Yeah, and so
what kind of loser is upset about that?
Feminists.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they're like, "Oh, it's too sexual." Blah blah blah. It's like it's really like stylistically, it made sense, I guess, because now that they have flatter butts, it looks weird.
Did they change the butt size?
Yeah, they shrank the butts on them.
Okay, these people need to just, unless it's something really bad where you fuck up, leave it. But these people need to not kowtow to every single little suggestion that gets blown out of proportion.
It's also like the same models for the game gets used for 3D porn.
I've heard about this. Diva and Tracer, right?
It's like the exact same models. It's not like, oh, we made our own. No, it's the exact same ones. So,
hey, Valve and
Blizzard, whoever it
Blizzard's
was.
not doing that, so
They probably are. Who knows?
maybe.
Because so there used to be, they called them like cigarette magazines, I think, or Tijuana Comics or something like that. They're really big in Tijuana, and they do like cartoon parodies. They're like the first Rule 34 stuff, and they're really big in Mexico and parts of Japan.
Cartoon parodies of like known characters,
like Super Mario and shit.
Okay.
And
is it sexual?
Yeah, that's why I said Rule 34.
What's Rule 34?
If it exists and there's porn of it on the internet.
Right. Okay.
Rule 63 is gender bending. There's rules to the internet. Most people have forgotten them because they're fucking stupid.
I don't know any of them.
You should look them up sometime. It's an interesting read. It's really old. It's from like the original 4chan days.
Oh wow. Okay.
So,
yeah.
Wild west of internet. Super fun time.
Yeah.
No, but because of that and like Nintendo and stuff, they just kind of said whatever. We're not gonna fight it. Like you're still bringing us money, which is weird because like Nintendo is so hardcore about like people streaming their games on YouTube.
Yeah, man, they don't fuck around.
But they were like totally cool with go ahead and make porn of our characters. We can't do anything about it.
They were cool with it. They
yeah,
probably didn't like it.
They didn't like it, but they didn't
do
do anything about it.
Interesting. Nintendo especially is very known for being litigious as fuck.
Yeah, see, that's what made it super. I don't remember where I saw this. I saw a video on it.
Interesting.
Like
10
years ago, 13 years ago.
That's cool.
But
porn, Super Mario. How do you get off to that? That's so bizarre. It's a cock smasher.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, me neither.
I'll just look it up later. Yeah. Well, it's like you remember Aaron from Progressive?
No.
Okay, so
is that the character before Flo?
Yeah. She was a cartoon character.
Really?
Guess why they don't make her anymore?
Why?
Because there's so much internet porn of her.
Really?
Yeah, they just dropped
hot
it.
As a cartoon?
Kim Possible hot.
Okay, so not really, but you can get your brain there.
Yeah. Because gingers don't have souls.
It's true.
It's just
That's
like
it was
curvy enough to sit there and go, oh, okay. Like,
totally. Yeah.
Very easy transition. Like how Pixar moms all have huge asses.
That's true. Yeah.
Which
The Impossibles.
Yeah, Elastigirl, the ant from Big Hero 6. I'm really upset they never made a sequel to that. They just made a shitty show.
Big Hero 6?
Yeah, so it takes place in Neo Japan Francisco, Tokyo Francisco or something. Okay. It's like Tokyo and San Francisco merged into one. This kid is a super robot genius, and so is his older brother. And then his older brother dies, and so the kid like goes to college because he's a super genius, where his brother went. So he meets all his brother's friends, and they become superheroes.
Okay, that's the synopsis.
Yeah, with a giant robot.
Giant robot.
Well, it's like a balloon, really. That's a robot, and it's fucking weird. It's actually a really good movie, though.
Yeah. What's it called again?
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6. Okay.
I think it was a Pixar movie more than it was a Disney movie. So I think
They're
it was like
the same now, right? They merged.
Yeah, because when Pixar first came out, they weren't a part of them, and then they was like, "Hey, fuck you guys, you're not paying us." And then Disney's like, "We're gonna merge, we're gonna buy you. Fuck you, we own you, bitches." And then we're gonna own LucasArts.
They own LucasArts now?
Yeah, it was a big deal with
I missed it.
Star Wars. LucasArts. It was
Right, they own
like,
Star Wars.
Yeah, it's like a $4 billion thing.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
No,
Which also they fired Kathleen Kennedy.
thank God. I didn't. Well, you might like her, but
No,
I didn't think she did a good job at all.
I think she gets a lot of grief, but I don't know the inner dynamics of what she actually did and changed, because nobody's ever said the specific thing she did.
That's true.
They just blame her for the new Star Wars, and they're trying to blame her for the new Indy, which I really liked.
Dial of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a good point. We don't know what she really controlled or put forth, but she has been blamed for it. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little unfair, but
you remember the last Fantastic Four movie?
Yeah, I kind of like it.
It was okay,
It wasn't
but
great,
immediately everybody came out and said, "Yeah, the fucking studio fucked everything up with this."
Yeah, they ruined his movie.
The director said, "Yeah, they fucked it up before it even came out." So they tanked the film on purpose, but it was like, it's shit. It's shit because of them. I just wish the Thing had blue eyes and pants.
What?
The Thing. He didn't have pants or blue eyes. I don't think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a detail they missed, I guess.
It's really weird to see a giant naked rock guy.
That's true. Yeah, he was kind of trying to go Cronenberg with it, Josh Trank,
the
director. But I think it's cool that he straight up was like, "This is not my movie. Fuck you guys,"
Well, I mean, they did the same thing with the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League.
Yeah.
It was only slightly better.
Have you seen the director's cut?
I sat through all 4 hours of it.
Oh my god.
The cyborg stuff, definitely cool.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Is it good?
No. The first one wasn't good.
Yeah.
But there are parts of it that were good, because Cyborg had this huge section in the movie that helped explain who he was and everything. And it was really good for that.
Really? Because Cyborg's the most boring one of them.
In the original. I mean, he's a robot dude. He got fucked up. His dad, who barely loved him, made him a robot.
That's cool. Well, you're the comic book guy, so
Yeah.
you probably have a deeper understanding, but...
It's very basic, but they didn't include that in the movie.
Oh,
and
really?
just, yes, he's a robot and a freaky monster, but shows human side too. It's like RoboCop within the movie.
Okay.
They did.
I love RoboCop.
They glazed over a bunch of shit.
Really?
But
okay.
And then the way Zack Snyder's original ideas for how the bad guys were supposed to look, much better. And that's pretty much it. That's the only
Really?
Yeah, everything else was still the other movie. And it's oh, you put it in black and white because you're artsy. This fucking sucks.
The whole thing was in black and white?
Yeah. 4 hours black and white. I like Clerks. Clerks is in black and white.
Right.
Straight up just a cost thing.
Yeah, and plus the whole movie is people talking and saying funny things. You don't need it's
great writing for the speeches.
Oh, we should watch Clerks sometime. I haven't seen it.
We'll go through all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Soon.
But yeah, black and
Oh yeah, we watched Dogma the other night too.
Yeah, Dogma. Yeah.
Anyways, black and white.
But yeah, black and white for the Justice League doesn't make sense to me. And Zack Snyder, I know he's made Watchmen was great, but the source material was good, so it was a little easier for him to make a good movie. But I think he's overrated as
people
fuck.
don't even like the Watchmen movie.
Right, because it doesn't follow the comic completely. But
there's parts of it they changed because it made sense that they changed.
Yeah,
the giant squid isn't in the movie, but it is in the show.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, the show is really good, really fucking good.
Nice.
But
I love the Watchmen movie.
But he also made that shitty fucking heist movie, the Las Vegas Army of the Dead or whatever.
I haven't seen that.
Don't.
Zack Snyder sucks, right?
He's Michael Bay.
Yeah, he's like a Michael Bay type.
We're gonna put some hot chick and some explosions. Michael Bay!
Oh, he scared the shit out of me. I don't know why. I'm looking right at you.
But no,
Michael Bay.
There are certain directors you sit there and it's okay, I'm watching the same movie again. And it sucks. And then you have some directors that just blow it out of the park with different stuff. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. very versatile director.
Yeah, you got E.T., you got Indy, you got
Bridge of Spies.
Bridge of Spies. I was gonna say Schindler's List, but yeah.
I don't like Schindler's List.
Because it's sad?
No, I've just seen better Holocaust movies. I know that seems weird, but okay. So this is how I feel about Steven Spielberg.
I think it was the best at the time, though.
At the time, it was great, but I'm watching it and okay, Spielberg, who I loved Bridge of Spies because it was nice and slow and boring, and I like those kind of movies sometimes. But doesn't always. Spielberg puts this like schmaltz in his movies that appeal to lots of people, and if I notice that, and it makes
it's like
me
how
like
Schindler's List had like nudity scenes to get everybody in, and then like the sad scenes because everybody dies. Did you get an erection during Schindler's List?
Yeah, Sarah Silverman said that was the first time she saw a cock in Schindler's List.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got an erection too.
I did.
running. But yeah, and I'll be honest, I only watched half of it because I just couldn't take the Spielbergness.
I thought you were gonna go, that shit didn't happen. How many people do you think watched that and was like, see, no, it's just a movie. It didn't really happen.
Oh, there's
like that's their basis for denying the Holocaust.
Isn't there this very small group of newer generation that just don't believe in like anything, like the Holocaust?
Yeah,
like, I've heard about them.
I think their parents were initially dumb. But then you find out like no, their parents actually are fairly intelligent people. They just had dumb as fuck kids.
Yeah, it's dumb kids. Genetically,
it's like flat earthers. You just sit there and like, how are you this dumb,
dude? Flat earther is so interesting because everything you say to them to convince them otherwise, they have an answer for everything.
Like the ice walls.
Yeah, and you're like, well, there's researchers that have been to Antarctica and it's just a flat space. And then they're like, but you can't go there. You can't go there. I'm like, if you're a scientist, you can go there, but there's nothing there.
It's like the people that don't believe in the moon landing and are flat earthers. Like, they put little mirrors on the moon that we can shoot a fucking laser at and you can see it. And then you hear about that guy that like kept building his own rockets and then fucking died.
Oh, because he built his own shit? Yeah, fucking idiot.
I'm going to prove the world's flat. Dead! Right into the Grand Canyon. I was like, well, you deserved it.
Oh my god, what a dumb fuck. But it was his only way that he could truly find out. I wonder if before he died, he was like, oh yeah, it is round.
I'm pretty sure he's like, nah, it's flat, see? Just like my face. And my rocket. He was actually a part of the documentary where they got a bunch of flat earthers and they like did science experiments to prove that the Earth is flat, and all they did was confirm what they thought was the opposite. That
and by the end of it, they're like, huh, yeah.
Well, it's like a few of them were like maybe, and there's like maybe one guy's like, yeah, okay, I was wrong. Like 1 out of like 10 or
yeah, dude.
something.
It's like it becomes this way of life, especially with the internet, where they get together, they have conventions, they believe the government is lying about everything.
Have you ever seen All Gas No Brakes?
Yes, it's hilarious. I haven't seen a ton of their videos, but his videos.
The guy Andrew Callahan, if you guys don't know, he would go to these conventions. He went to Flat Earthers, Bigfoot, Crystal, fucking weird hippie people. He went to Donald Trump Jr.'s book signing, and the whole show was mostly him showing you how crazy people can be in interviews.
Yeah,
like every time there's somebody rapping.
Yeah,
every single fucking time.
Because there's so many rappers now.
And it's not even like him asking. People just got a mic and started rapping. He just didn't stop them. And then
that's
like
hilarious, man.
So
Jesus
he lost his original YouTube channel because of funding or something. And then so he got with Tim Heidecker and the other one.
Eric Wareheim.
Yeah, Eric Wareheim. It's from Tim and Eric from Adult Swim. And so they financed his own show where he like was a documentary where he did the January 6th. Like
really?
He did everything behind it, and then it finally released on HBO Max. And then 2 days later, some girl came out and said she was sexually assaulted by him. And then like 3 or 4 more people, and it was like,
what?
And it was like he coerced them into sex. And it was like he'd get in bed with girls when they were fucked up or he was fucked up. It was like, hey, let's have sex, like in the creepiest fucking way.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That sucks because he's really funny, but.
And these girls aren't MAGA idiots either. It was just him being a terrible person, apparently.
See, that's fucked up, man. What an asshole. But there's always this thought in my mind. Well, not always, but sometimes I'm just like, there's so many women coming out nowadays and like talking about their experience. I know this sounds bad. They're talking about their experience, and I think that's great. But there's.
Maybe that's great. It's great that they're coming out.
Yeah, it's great that they're accusing these horrible people of doing shit because they should be in jail and fired. But there's got to be like 1 out of thousands that is lying.
It happens all the time. Mostly with college basketball players or football players.
Really?
Mm-hmm. There was one from Louisiana State that happened to. Like, this lady came out and said she raped him. It goes all the way through the trial, and then, like, after the trial, she admits it or something.
She just straight admitted.
Like, she ruined his football career. And I don't remember what happened, but it ended up coming out that she was lying. Like, it does happen that people lie about this shit.
It fucking happens, man.
So,
and it's really fucked up. I'm not saying that happened with this guy.
I mean, it sounds like something would happen.
But if there's 3 or 4 people, like, come on. You can't orchestrate that.
If they, like I said, they weren't MAGA people. If they were, then you're like, okay, this is totally fixed.
Like a political thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
But the timing wasn't good either.
Right, yeah. I want to see it.
So do I don't know.
Can you watch it, or they just removed it?
I think they removed it.
Nah.
You might be able to find it online, probably. I don't even remember what it's called, though.
I need to charge my vape.
Okay, well, we're at an hour, by the way.
Oh, we're at an hour. Holy crap. Wow. WeenieBat. We did it.
We did. You know the last episode's called Weenie Batters? And
I saw that, yeah.
I didn't think about it till later that it Weenie Batter.
Now our 12 listeners are confused.
Penis juice. All right, you guys have a good week.
Suck a dick, everybody.